Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, even though I typically like to approach most of the new content with wing it and swing it type of attitude, sometimes my friends, my viewers, my mods and other people connected with my MCOC life kind of rope me into being more diligent and preparing and saving items, because typically the approach is I'm gonna do whatever and then I'm gonna upload a guide explaining what worked, what didn't, what I would do differently. This time around, evidently, I am requested to prep for it. And a friend of mine gave me an extra push, Ankit, by making this spreadsheet for me. Now, I will share this spreadsheet with you as well, in addition to me posting updates to it, because tomorrow I will be doing a planning stream where we're going to be going over, putting our heads together with the viewers and listing in the options for each of these fights, supporting whichever class gates that we need. And the cool thing about this spreadsheet is obviously not only it has listed every single path, it also gives you the most important kind of like nodes that you do need to be aware of. And it is crucial this time around, because if you do recall the pain quest, the pain fights, there are quite a few of these fights that have something like inflated ego, so 100% less damage when defender has less than 3 buffs, or we have cosmic shielding, 3 buffs on attacker needed, so on and so forth. So if you don't get no buffs, you get done in, right? And all of these just effectively mean that planning is necessary for most part. Whether you do it 5 minutes before you go live in the quest, or whether we do it a week before and actually work this out. So, as we know, there will be 6 different paths that we do need to take. Each of these paths will have 6 different fights. Some of these paths will have to be done twice with different class champions. For instance, here we can see that Nebula, Northstar, Destroyer, Photon, Adam, Warlock, and Aegon path for Cosmic and Skill is going to be the same path that we take for Tech and Science. Again, the star level requirements will differ again for each side of these paths that we do take, but ultimately we have Tech and Science, where we have to do Hulkling, Absorbing Man, Doom, Onslaught, JJ, and Jabari. We all remember this favorite of ours, Absman, but this will definitely force us to kind of revisit those fights in preparation. Again, I will be, number 1, sharing a public link to this spreadsheet where you can go ahead, tap on a file here and make a copy for yourself and start working on it straight away, or you can wait for the follow-up video after the live stream once I actually have written in the options, or you can wait for the 3rd video after I have actually done, where I'm gonna add in extra tabs here and write in who I used, what was my team, and how did it go. So effectively, this is kind of an invitation for you guys to leave your comments talking about who could possibly be the best options according to you. I invite you guys to the stream tomorrow as well, and leave your comments there, as we will be filling the sheet in together, because obviously I can't know everything, I can't keep in mind and remember everything. This game at this point is absolutely massive, but we will certainly be using Conchizang to find out, you know, all of the champions that fit the requirements. For instance, going here, we need Tech and Science champions, so we will get those out, Science and Tech. And for instance, here immediately we're going to be presented with a problem in a couple of these fights already, where we need 3 buffs on attacker, right? This is going to be quite a lot of thinking required here, because when we look at the Tech and Science champions, we all know that Science champions are borderline allergic to buffs, let alone 3. We're quite happy if we get a couple buffs on, like for instance Overseer, but in general it will largely leave us with Techs, and that will immediately make us look at Omega Sentinel, at Ironheart for instance, Silver Warrior, but yeah, come on, not realistically. Nimrod, but it'll be a job and a half, and obviously Red Skull. So you guys know what it means. In order to be able to do this, there's going to be an extremely stringent requirements on the roster as well. Because as I mentioned here, for instance, here alone, there's like 5 options here. I mean, tech and science champion with the 3 buffs active. Similar to some of these other fight requirements. Now, on the bright side, there are multiple fights that can be done with just about anybody. For instance, you know, JJ, for most part, you should be able to deal with her with majority of the champions, because the fight itself gives you this stoppable punish special for grit, and you know, most of the issue goes away, as well as onslaught. The fight is hard, but it was specifically designed to teach us how to fight against onslaught, pretty much, where, you know, most as long as you know how to fight onslaught, most, you know, borderline compatible champions would do relatively well. But again, there will be quite a lot of issues, like, you know, North Star could be quite troublesome, Nebula as well, 90% auto block if reduced by 15%. So again, you need tech and science champions, and you effectively need 4 buffs active, or you're gonna get auto blocked a lot. So that could be an issue there straight up. Obviously we have Photon, but luckily remember that Photon was unduped, and is Photon unduped this time? And again, there's very specific fight requirements here. I don't even remember the Aegon fight. Yeah, I don't even remember. Oh, he starts with a 1000 combo. That was fun. Alright, who else we have here to definitely kind of call? Obviously, Cassie we did quite recently. Toad was Stuff of Nightmares. Heimdall can catch you off guard too. I think Prowler for most part should be fine. Iron Fist is definitely skill-based fight again. And then we have Piggy. Will Vision needed a fairly specific counter as well. Luckily, I think some of the mystics worked. Piggy. Attacker reflects 35% of the damage per sting on defender. Oof. Oof. Annihilus, and remember, Serpent was great for this, but we'll not have Serpent this time around. And yeah, oh, Tigra. You need like buff me for this, but Mutant Mystic, there's gonna be, oh, this is gonna be rough. We'll definitely need some strategizing here. And some revives. And some items. But yeah. Tomorrow, we're going to start filling this up. Again, I will leave a link to this spreadsheet in case you do want to do your own work independently. This would serve as a solid base for you. But yeah, I guess it's time KT1 does a bit of homework, right? Let me know what you guys think. Again, let me know what are your preferred options or your plans for the teams and the fights themselves so far. I'll definitely read them through by tomorrow, and you know, we'll reflect that accordingly when I do start filling in the sheet live on this channel together with you guys. See you soon. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about